Hello, today we are going to follow the Qt Creator tutorial, creating a Qt Quick application, so the QML tutorial from Qt Creator. So today we have the announcement of Qt Creator 10 beta. So I read the announcement, and it says that I can install it on my Linux Kubuntu 22.10 machine, either from there's an installer, or I could use the online installer from Qt. In the preview inside of the online installer, which is a GUI application, there's an element preview, and under that will be Qt Creator 10 beta 1. So for that I need to go to my Qt account portal. Okay, and in here I need to go to the open source downloads. So I do not want a free trial. Okay, not this. And it says download the Qt online installer. It pre-selects Linux 64-bit, which is correct. Then I click on the download button. Then the file is downloaded on my hard disk. I have made the file executable. I ran the file from a console, from a terminal, and then in the GUI application starts, and in there I have selected what says here, so preview Qt Creator 10 beta 1. Okay. Then in order to start Qt Creator, I just search inside of the menus, and in here it says it's Qt Creator 10 beta 1. Okay, so let's make it use just the left hand side of the screen and open the creating a Qt Quick application QML tutorial. It opens a new window, and we'll need to follow whatever is in the right hand side of the screen, which is the documentation. So it says this tutorial illustrates basic concepts of Qt Quick. It will use transitions. There's an edit mode. So this is Qt Creator's edit mode. The editor toolbar, which is this one, but we do not have anything open yet. So let's get back to where we were. Okay, so this is how the final product will look like, a rectangular window and transitions. I could also use Qt Design Studio, which is another application which is not Qt Creator. So inside Qt Creator, File, New Project, Application, Qt. New Project, Application, Qt, Qt Quick Application. In the name, enter a name for the application. What name does it use for the application? Transitions. Okay, let's choose the today's directory. Okay. Projects cannot be easily renamed later. Enter the path. Open the define build system, select CMake. Okay, CMake is the modern one, QMake is the older one. So we're okay. Next. Select next to open the define project details dialog. Minimum required Qt version, select 6.2. Next. Select next to open the define projects dialog. What's that? Select next to open the translation. Okay, select next to open the kit selection. So during the Qt online installer, I have also selected to install a Qt 6 version. Okay, where is that thing? Qt versions. So it didn't find the Qt that I have installed using Qt Online Installer. Okay, so I have the online installer that I have downloaded previously, which is this one. I have made it executable. Now let's run it. Next. I have read and agree. I am an individual. Okay, next. It says custom installation into ~/Qt. Next. Choose a different target for installation. Okay. Let's move this thing out of the way. mv ~/Qt ~/Qt rig. Okay, let's run the installer again. Next. I have read, I'm an individual. Next. Next. Custom installation. Next. In preview, I select Qt Creator 10 Beta 1. In Qt Design Studio, I don't know. I unselect Qt Creator 901. And I select the newest Qt version, which is 6.4.2. So Qt Creator 10 Beta, Qt 6.4.2, and I know these things. Okay, into / uppercase Q and then lowercase t. I agree. So it re-downloads 4 gigabytes again. Okay, so just a second, I'll be back once it finishes downloading. Okay, so I didn't select correctly because I selected the entire checkbox for Qt 642 and I ignored the expander. So this has also installed Android and WebAssembly. And I saw also some macOS things. I don't do Qt 3D. Virtual keyboard, state machine, web engine, WebSocket, WebView, 3D physics. Debug information. Keyframe based animations. Okay. Qt Quick 3D. Desktop GCC 64-bit. Okay. Sources, I don't know why. Wayland compositor compatibility, shader tools. Okay. So the rest can remain. So I have enabled Qt 6.4.2 but disabled WebAssembly, Android and all of the 3D things. So Qt Quick 3D, Qt 3D, and Qt Quick 3D Physics. And I've also removed Qt debug information files. Okay, I've unchecked Qt Creator 901, checked Qt Creator 10, and let's see now. So the amount of files to download has shrinked from 3.4 gigabytes to 2 gigabytes. So 2 times. The SRC 7 zips are for the source code. I'm not sure why I have downloaded the source code. Okay, I'll be back once it finishes downloading. Okay, so it finished installing. Let's see what the Qt Design Studio is. So this is the README, and this is Qt Design Studio 3.9. Okay. But how do I close this thing? You can turn it on or off. Okay. Let's use the big hammer for this thing. Okay, so /lib is my Linux distribution, so that's okay. Let's create Qt Creator. Okay, so back to where we were. Creating a Qt Quick application QML. Okay. File, new project, application, Qt Quick application, choose. Okay, what was the name? Transitions. Next, CMake. Okay. So after CMake, we should select the minimum required Qt version, not 6.2, but not 6.4, but 6.2. Next. At Kit selection, let's find out the one that we have just downloaded. So tilde/Qt with an uppercase Q and Qt 6.4.2. So probably this one. Qt 6.4.2. Qt versions. So this one, tilde/uppercase Q, lowercase t, 642. Okay, so we select this one. Select Qt 6.2 or later kits for the platforms that you want to build the application for. To build the application for mobile devices, select kits also for Android and iOS. The list shows kits that you specify in Edit Preferences Kits. See Adding Kits. Select Next to open the Project Management dialog. Okay. No subproject, no version control. Finish. So Qt Creator generates a component file main.qml and opens it in the edit mode. So edit mode means this left-hand side button with the text edit, and tooltip switch to edit mode Ctrl+2, which is also available in the Qt Creator main menu view. Where are you? I don't know where this thing is in here. Should have been in view. Okay. So Ctrl+2 means switch to edit mode. So in edit mode, and the file that's open, in edit mode we have three things opened. We have the tool view where the projects mode is selected. So project mode means CMake project structure and CMake target structure. You could have file system, which is what you would have in Visual Studio Code by default when you open the directory transitions, or the CMake view. Another useful view is outline, which presents the a tree view of the file that's currently being edited. Okay, and in the bottom corner there's another tool view which doesn't show the CMake view of the project but shows open documents. This is because the editor in Qt Creator is not tabbed, so you cannot see at a glance how many files you have open in the IDE. Such as you can see in a web browser, you can see at a glance that there's 6 web pages opened, each has its own tab, and you can close each when you want. You can middle click to close, etc. No, in Qt Creator there's this combo box instead. So the edit mode documentation. How do we open it? Not like this. Okay, like this. So this is the edit mode. In the top bar there's the area which is notated with 1, which shows the list of files that are still open in the IDE integrated development environment. Then there's the close button to close the current document. Then there's the element that's currently in the text editor. You're now on the line 8 title. So that's part of the object window, so it will show in here window. So the currently selected, the current item that where the cursor is in the text editor is presented in this combo box. This is the view for QML files, and there's a different combo box and a different view for C++ files. Okay, so this is this 2 number in here. Then there's even more. So this is line terminator. We're on Unix or Linux, we're always going to use Unix LF, so \n and UTF-8 and line and colon. Okay, and we have the go back, go forward arrow keys. So go back is Alt left, similar to the shortcuts that are in web browsers. So Alt left, Alt right for forward. Okay, so where are we? It says that the file main.qml has been auto-created and opened in edit mode. So the main view of the application displays a Qt logo inside a rectangle in the top left corner of the view and 2 empty rectangles. We use the file Qt logo.png. In this tutorial we can use another image. For the image to appear when we run the application, we need a resources in the CMake lists.txt file. Okay, let's go there, CMake lists.txt. It says Qt add executable. This is the entry point of the CMake file. So it starts with, on the first line, that's not a comment, specifies the version of the CMake programming language, that's the minimum requirement. So it requires at least CMake 3.16. And then the entry point is Qt add executable, and it says that an executable named app transitions is going to be created, so a binary, a Linux elf file, and the entry point to that is main.cpp, which is this file. And then it says that there's a QML module which is named main.qml with an uppercase M, which is this file, is at version 1.0, and the URL is transitions. Okay. So it says under QML files we need to add the resource. Okay, do we have this file? No, we do not have it yet. So you probably need to download this file. How do we download it? I don't know. Let's search the internet for this file. We'll get there in a second. Let's create an open file or an empty file for now. Which is the size of the PNG. So 55 by 41. So we go selection, fixed, size, 55 by 41. Let's get this. Ctrl C, create from clipboard, file, export as, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and the name is qtlogo.png. Okay, so we have a qtlogo.png file. That's an actual PNG file, and it works. We can preview it. Okay, so in here we should also add the page.qml file. Ctrl S. Creating custom QML types, because the window QML type, this thing, requires that you add states into child components, we use the wizard to create a custom QML type called page that we will refer to from main.qml. Okay, let's do that. File, new file, Qt QML file, Qt quick 2. Choose. The correct directory is selected. The extension will be QML and the name is page. Next, to open project management. So it should be added to Qt add QML module up transitions. Let's go cancel and remove it from the CMake lists. Maybe that's a problem. Okay. And let's run the wizard again. File save all. There's no such thing. It's grayed out. File new file. Qt QML file Qt quick 2. Choose. Transitions. The name is page. Next. It doesn't say where I should to which target should I add it. Okay, we'll fix it eventually. Finish. Okay. It already saved all of the files. So there's an import Qt quick and an item. So it's opened, the page.qml file is opened in edit mode. And now we have 3 files opened in the IDE. Again, there's no tab bar in the editor to see how many files are open. We can close these left hand tool windows using this collapser which says hide left sidebar alt 0. There's also in the Qt Creator main menu view show or hide left sidebar. Okay. We do not want a root item in page.qml of type item. We want a rectangle. And then we give it the ID page. Lowercase page. Anchor it to the parent item on all sides and set its color to white. Anchors dot. There's auto completion in here. Control space to open the auto completion. Okay, and the RGB is given as a string. So string, hash mark, pound sign, and then RG and B. Okay, Control X does not work, so you need to delete this line by pressing the delete key on the keyboard. Ctrl S. File save all is grayed out, so all of the files that are opened right now in the IDE are saved, all of these 3 files. We can also see in here how many files are open, and we can close individual ones by pressing the X button. Or we have context menus. Okay, so the import statement should not have version numbers, because in Qt 6 we do not use version numbers with modules. When you start typing the QML type name, Qt Creator suggests available types and properties to complete the code. And you can always press Ctrl space to show the auto-completion context menu. We're using Tab or Enter, you accept one of the suggestions, the one that's highlighted in the context menu. Okay, can't we see anything yet? Okay, QML space main. Okay, I need to set the environment variable to my Qt. So echo $sign path. Okay, set path equals me. Ctrl Shift V and then $sign path. Okay, this thing. So QML. Okay, so it's a window 640 by 480, which is visible and has the type translated hello world. Okay, this works. What about the other file? Page.qml. So page.qml is a rectangle that fills the parent, has no window, no title, and the color is white using RGB. Okay, let's change the color to see if something changes. Yes. So we've edited the RGB color, and now the background of the window is yellow. Okay, so back to pure white. Select the light bulb icon next to the type name to open the Qt Quick toolbar for rectangles. Okay, what's the Qt Quick toolbar for rectangles allows you to edit the properties of rectangle items. You can change the fill and border colors and add gradients. So this color, border and gradient. To add gradient stop points, click above the gradient bar. To remove stop points, drag them upwards. I make drag points appear. Okay, I don't know. Next, we add an image type with Qt logo PNG as the source. How do we do that? Inside the rectangle, I'm guessing. Let's see the source code just in case. So we're in page.qml. So there's a rectangle ID anchors color, and then there's an image. Let me copy this thing and put it in a text editor. So we can take a peek. Okay. Back to where we were. So I've pressed new line twice, and now I need to write image. So image is a type. I pressed tab and it auto-completed with space and then a pair of curly brackets, and it automatically created a child with named ID, and the ID is icon lowercase, and it guesses that I want to put a source for the file, a source for the image, Qt -logo.png, Ctrl S. Let's see how it looks like. Okay, it's there. And I give it just 20 by 20. There's a Qt Quick toolbar for images. Allows you to edit the properties of border image and image items. You can scale, tile, replace with other images, preview, change the image margins. To preview an image, double-click it on the toolbar. In the preview dialog, you can zoom the image. Drag the image margin to change them. Okay, let's see what that thing is. Show Qt Quick toolbar. Okay. So this is the way to zoom. I don't know why. Okay, so it says 55 by 41. It says image/qt-logo.png, and it's this button which does what? The image is scaled uniformly to fit without cropping. Whereas the default setting is the image is scaled to fit. Okay, back. Qt logo.png. Okay, next. We now create the rectangles that the image will move between. Their size should match the image size and they should be transparent so that the image is visible. We set the border color to light gray to make the rectangles visible. Okay, let's see that. So the application has how many rectangles? 3 rectangles, 1, 2, 3. Top left, bottom left, and middle right. Okay. Rectangle. Oh, tab. Space. Okay, it didn't offer to put an ID. I'm not sure what was not wrong. What was not okay. Okay. ID top left rect. Width. The real width, which is 55. Height. The real height, which is 41. Color. All white. 0, 0 with alpha. FF, FF, FF. Okay, border. Color. And this is something gray. 808080. We anchor the rectangles to their parent to position them in its top left and bottom left corners, as well as the vertical center of its right edge. The following snippet anchors a rectangle to the top left corner of its parent. Okay, let's do that. Anchors left, parent, left, anchors top, parent, top. So it's anchored in to the left and to the top. And there's some distance from the parent. Left margin 20. Top margin 20. We add a mouse area type to make the rectangle clickable by users. Mouse area. Okay. Anchors. Fill. Parent. To check your code, you can compare it with the page QML example file. We totally should, but let's run it first. Okay, so this thing. Let's look at the source code. So it starts with import Qt Quick, rectangle, ID, anchors field, color, image. Looks okay. A rectangle ID, height, width, color, border color, anchors, mouse area ID, anchors dot fill parent. Okay, next. We make the image move between rectangles when users click them by adding states and by connecting mouse clicks to state changes. Easing curve. Okay, we'll need to create the rest of the rectangles first. So how many rectangles does it have? 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So this was top left rect, and now we need to create the bottom left rect. So this is bottom. The same size, the same color, the same border color, and different anchors. Left, yes, but bottom. This is parent dot bottom. Anchors left margin and bottom margin. Okay. Anchor fill and different ID for the mouse area. Interesting. Okay, and the middle one is middle right rect. Middle right rect. Same size, same color, same border. Anchors right. And I don't know, what does it do for parent? Vertical center. Oh. So right is parent right. Okay. And vertical center is parent vertical center. Okay. Margins, not left, but right. And there's no top or bottom margin. Okay, and this is mouse area 1, so no ID should be duplicate. This ID is identical to this one. Gives an error M15, duplicate ID, so put a 1 in here. So there's no integer 1 and then 2. Control S, let's preview this thing. Okay. Okay, so if I resize the window, the anchors will be computed correctly. Okay. What's next? We will make the image move between rectangles. How about we add to main.qml the page? So in cmakelist.txt, in here should be QML files. Version, QML files, main QML, and then page QML. And the resources Qt logo png, Ctrl S. And now page.qml has appeared in the projects view. Again, you could use file system view instead of projects view. Projects view is the CMake targets of the current project, which is the CMake targets of the current directory. Okay, the current root directory, like that. Okay, so it appeared in the CMake file and the CMake view. Now we need main.qml to use page.qml. Okay, it says import Qt quick window with height visible title, and then it uses a page. Casing is important in QML. It's case sensitive, and also the casing is important, has relevance. Page anchors dot fill parent. Control S. Let's see how it looks like. Okay, so inside of main.qml, which is the actual window, there's a control which is of type page, which has the name page, which will be loaded from this QML file from uppercase P page with an uppercase p.qml. Okay. And now we need to connect mouse clicks to state changes. We add states to the page component, this thing, where we change the values of the X and Y properties of icon to match those of the middle right and top left rectangles, to make sure that the image stays within the rectangle. When the view is scaled on different sizes of screen, we bind the values of the X and Y properties of icon to those of the rectangles. Okay. So there's a JSON style array named states that contains 3 objects: state, state, and state, with names state 1, 2, and 3. I don't know. So I guess at the end, after the rectangles, we'll have the section states. States. Is a lowercase or an uppercase s? I don't know. Lowercase s. Interesting. Okay, I press tab, so this thing is actually a template inside of the IDE, the Integrated Development Environment, so it put the entire template in here when I pressed tab to select it. State F1, what does that thing do? This property holds the list of possible states for this item. This property is specified as a list of state object. Okay. States. State name state 1. Interesting, because it's uppercase, the state 1. Okay, there's no property changes for this one, but will be for the next ones. Okay. The second one is state 2. And the last one is state 3. State 1, 2, and 3. Property changes. Property changes. Target. So it changes the properties of icon, which icon is this thing, the image. Okay, what does it do? This doesn't do anything, state 1. And then icon.x is assigned so from the top left rectangle, it goes to the middle right rectangle and then to the bottom left rectangle. So it goes in a zigzag movement. Top left, middle right, bottom left. Okay, middle right click, middle right rect dot x, and y is assigned is bound. Middle right rect dot y. Okay. And this is for the bottom. Bottom left rect x and y. Okay. So we have this, then it says we connect on clicked signals of the mouse areas. So there's 3 mouse areas. Connections. Where do we add this connections thing? I do not know. So inside the mouse area we add connections, although the target is its parent. So the target is the same as the ID of the parent. Okay. So let's see this mouse area. Connections. Target. Mouse area. Let's save everything and let's we should put everything under Git, otherwise we cannot code fearlessly. Okay, Git init here, Git GUI. This thing should be excluded. So we have main QML, page QML, main CPP, Qt logo, CMake list txt. Okay. And we'll need to find a gitignore file for the Qt project. Just a second. Okay, so I searched for Qt gitignore and it took me to the GitHub official repository named gitignore for the file qt.gitignore, and I see Windows things, macOS things, Linux things, macOS things. I see this thing that should be excluded. I see this thing. These are for QMake, mock, so it really looks okay. Let's use this file as it is. Okay. Rescan. Right click, copy, Ctrl V. Ctrl V. Commit. So we have two commits in the Git history. The initial commit, where we added the files, and then we've added a gitignore to ignore the file cmakelist.txt.user. Okay, back to where we were. So we're at the mouse area, connections, target mouse area, this thing. And then function on clicked. Why is the start curly bracket on a new line? All of the start curly brackets for all of the other things are on at the end of the previous line, not on a new line. Page dot state. What is that? Page dot state. So there's page and it has the property states. Okay, so this thing must be something magic. State 1. And it's uppercase S. State 1. And says, because we use Qt6, we must specify connections as functions. So we need to use the functions syntax. Okay, let's do the same thing to all of the other mouse areas. There's 3 mouse areas. In mouse area 1, it must go to state so state 1 is left top, and if I click on the top left, then it's in state 1. Okay, interesting that I don't need to know to say the new state, I say the current state. Okay. So we can open the main.qml file either from the open documents, because it's already open in the IDE integrated development environment, or from the combo box in the editor component, or from the projects view, or from the open documents view, or from the file system view. This thing. We already added page to QML to main.qml. Press Ctrl R to run the application. What's that? Ctrl R. Ctrl R means run. Okay, let's press Ctrl R. Okay, so it has built it. I saw the hammer button being pressed, and with the possibility to stop the build with a red rectangle. Now it says QML debugging is enabled. Only use this in a safe environment. It has created an application. It's inside, not inside the directory where I work, but in its parent directory, and then it created a very long subdirectory, and then the name of the application is, the name of the executable is app transitions. So this thing is a elf file. It says ELF, a Linux binary. Okay, let's see if it works. No, it doesn't. Clicking probably takes us to the wrong transition, to the same transition. So it should take us to the state 2, not to state 1. Okay, how can we debug that thing? So there's the rectangle ID top left. I put a breakpoint in here and I click. I'm not in the debugger, I'm in the runner. So let's stop this thing. Debug. Start debugging of startup project. Okay, and now I click. Okay, let's make things smaller. So because this is JavaScript, I can put a breakpoint in here. QML debugging is enabled by default. QML mainly means JavaScript debugging, so inside of the JavaScript engine that's inside of the Qt framework, which is called how? I don't know. Okay, it says page state. What's the value of page state? Okay, inspect the value of page state. So right now it's in state 2 and I'm changing it to state 1, which is interesting. Where was it? What do you mean by it was in state 2 and now it goes to state 1? Should go to state 2. Okay, next. Debug step over F10. 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 Okay, and now it's not paused. What if we change the state like this? I've started a debugger by pressing on this button, which is the button to start in debug mode. Okay, now it's state 3 and it goes to state 2. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, and now it did what it should, because the image has moved from the top left rectangle to the middle right rectangle. And if I click again, it's going to go to the next place, which is state 3. Okay, let's stop the debugger. So this advances to state 2, this advances to state 3, and this advances back to state 1. Let's run it. So this is the way I started with the debugger, start debugging of startup project. And this is the way I run it without debugger. So run Ctrl R. Okay, click once, and then the second click does not work. Let's see how we did the changes. So state 2, and then middle right click goes to state 3, and state 3 puts the bottom left rect.x and .y and changes the icon. I'm not sure what's wrong here. Okay, let's cheat and look. Let's cheat and look. So says top left goes to state 1. Middle right rect goes to state 2. And bottom left goes to state 3. And state 3. So this is what we had previously, but nothing happened. Okay, let me compare these things using a difference viewer. File, save as. Okay, so we need to compare this thing, Ctrl-Alt-C, meld, Ctrl-Shift-V, Ctrl-Alt-C, Ctrl-Shift-V. There's a million of extra spaces in here. Really ugly. Okay. So I have an extra new line, not a problem. I go to state 2, they go to state 1. Let's save all of these and do a git commit. Okay, where page.qml, the name of the file, and what? Add on clicked. Commit. Now that we have a backup, we can do what the sample seems to do. So state 1, state 2. Oh, now this was an interesting bug. So it goes mouse area ID mouse area, and then the connection is target itself, so the parent. So this is mouse area 1, this should be mouse area 1. Okay, this is mouse area 2, this should have been mouse area 2, Ctrl S. State 3. Anchors right, parent right. Okay, these are the same. Mouse area. Connections. What's the matter here? Anchors left. I have searched the internet for the file Qt-logo.png, like so. So I say the name of the file, that thing is a file, and the name of the website, and that thing is a website. So search just in the website qt.io, which it did, and find the files named Qt-logo.png, which it did not do. Okay, but it found the Qt Creator transitions example. So this is what we are actually following, the tutorial that we're following right now. And we see that this view, so this application that hosts this web page, is not as good as a real web browser. For instance, Mozilla Firefox shows that this thing is a video and that I can play it, while I cannot play it in here. Also, I can go open a new tab for the edit mode, which I tried to do in here, but then I got very lost because I couldn't go back. And this is a link and this is not, etc. Okay, so let's stop this animation and find this image in this page somewhere. So it's this one, transitions qtlogo.png, open a new tab, and we can download it. Transitions qtlogo.png, save, replace. This should be it. Let's run it now and see how it looks like. I need to click where it will move, not to click such that it moves. Okay, so if it's in transition 1 and I want to go to transition 3, I click in transition 3. I want to put it in transition 1, I go there, transition. Okay, so I summon it to appear in the middle right by clicking on the middle right. Now I want it to the top left and I click on the top left. And the Qt Creator manual application has this button in the toolbar, open online documentation, that actually takes us to the same place where we can have the same tutorial but in opening a web browser such that we can see the video and easier navigate and easier opening new tabs. Okay. So the transition from state 1 to state 2 is very abrupt. The image just disappears and appears in the new position. So following this tutorial, we'll do an animation where the Qt logo moves from state 1 to state 2. Does not disappear here and appear here. Okay. This would be a good place to do another commit. So we have the better Qt logo PNG file, and the states are the same as the mouse areas and the rectangle, because once you click on a rectangle, you summon the image there. So state 1, mouse area 1, state 2, and mouse area 2, mouse area 3, state 2. Or mouse area 2. Oh, the names are confusing because the mouse area, there's mouse area 1, mouse area 2, whereas states are state 1, state 2, state 3. Okay. So where clicking on a rectangle summons the icon there. And I don't really know what summons means. So let's see. Yeah, let's use this word. Commit. Okay, next. Animating the transitions. We will now create transitions to apply animation to the image. The image bounces back when it moves to middle right rect and eases into bottom left rect. We specify transitions from switching from each state to the other two states using transitions. Okay, so probably similar to states, there's transitions. Okay, and we probably have help for this thing, F1. So transitions is a property that holds the list of transitions for this item. This defines the transitions to be applied for this item whenever it changes its state. Okay, so states and transitions seem to be correlated. ID to state 1 to state 1. easing out bounce easing transition to create a bounce effect. So when it goes to state 1 from states 2 and 3, it does this transition. When it goes from state 1 or 2 to state 1 or 3 to state 2, then it does this transition. And where it goes from state 1 to state 3, it does this transition. So easing in out quad, this thing. Easing out bounce, and no easing. Okay, let me write one transition by hand and then we'll paste the other. Transition, yes. From state to state. Okay, interesting. So this is the bottom part. So from two states, state 2 and 3, and to state 1. Okay, it needs to have an ID. Okay, parallel animation. Parallel animation, and inside we have sequential animation. Two sequential animations for Y and X. Duration 200. So in parallel we have two sequentials. Interesting. Sequential animation. And then we have pause animation. Duration 0. And property animation. Property animation. Target icon. So icon is not a string, it's a, say what? It's an identifier, an atom. Property Y. Duration 200 milliseconds probably. Sequential animation. Okay. AA. Pause animation 0. And then property. The animation. Target icon. The same thing. This thing is very similar to this one. Property. X. And duration 200. Ctrl S. Okay. So there's an array of transitions with 3 transitions, One of those is for when the state machine goes from state 1 to state 2, from state 2 or 3 to state 1, and the rest of the transitions are not covered by, the rest of the state transitions don't have any transition associated. So we can run it right now and see how it looks like. Okay, so we need to move the icon into the middle right, and then there will be an animation when it goes back to top left. So it skips a few times until it gets to the top. Okay, let's do the rest of the transitions. So it's a similar transition block. Let me first put it under version control first. Copy, Ctrl V, transition to state 1. Ctrl C. Commit. And this block, Ctrl C, V, V. Okay. And there should be a semicolon because it's an array. A colon between these. Where is the last one? Okay, so this is to state 3, this is to state 2, Ctrl S, and now the animations will be identical. So this goes to state 2, and these are the rest, 1 and 3, and this goes to state 3, so this is 1 and 2, Ctrl S. And I don't know, I'm very curious to see how it looks like right now. These two work. This one works. And this works. All of them work. Not the first time, though. So after a while, they start working. The very first transition is without any... The very first state machine change is without a transition. I don't know why. Because there's no state 1 when before actually changing. How do I say that? Initially the state is state 1. In the state machine in here, I say the default is state 1. I don't know. Okay, so we need to edit the other two transitions. So the transition to state 2. This one will be different, goes a pause animation, property animation, pause animation, property animation, but then it goes property animation, target icon Y with this thing. Using dot type easing out bounds 1006, and this thing is the same, easing dot type easing dot out bounds. Control S, and this is 1006. Control S, so it says to state 2 from state 1 and 3. So this is the first type of transition. No, this is the second type of transition. And this is the first type of transition. The first is just puts the image here, 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 and there. Whereas the transition to the second stage, the second state, is the one with the easing curve, where it hits the ground. And he hits the ground, okay? And for the transitions to state 3, we'll use a different. Okay, let's look at this thing. So it says you can use the Qt Quick toolbar for animation to specify the easing curve type and animation duration. How do I do that? Qt Quick toolbar for animation. This thing. Okay. Okay. So towards state 3, it does easing in out quad. Where is it? Quad, this thing, and in out, this thing. And duration to 1000 milliseconds. Okay. Ooh, it slows down. Moves and then slows down. It accelerates, it goes fast, and then it slows down. Or something. Okay. And the same thing for the last one. So to state 3, parallel animation, sequential animation, pose animation, duration 0, property animation, icon Y, easing in out quad 2000. The same thing here, but property is X. Control S. And this should be it. Control R to run it. So no transition first. It did. Okay. This is the linear one. This is the bouncy ball one. And this is in-out quad. Bouncy, linear, in-out quad, and bouncy again. Okay, and we can resize this entire thing. Okay, let's look at this animation we edited. Oh. Bounce out. Okay, interesting. And we're at the end of the tutorial, so this should be it. Let's take a quick look through the application, through the files. So the CMake lists file was just generated using the Qt Creator file new project wizard. The only thing that we needed to edit is to add a resource in here. For this thing, for the other files. I know. And then to add the page.qml file, we've added it with file new file. And to line 18, after main.qml, we needed to add page.qml, otherwise it would not appear in here in the CMake view in projects. Okay, the rest are just defaults. We're using a minimum of 6.2 for the Qt framework. Has some default contents for macOS, for Windows, which we do not use. Then main.qml just has a translated title and hosts the page. And then we defined our own type named page, which is the name of the QML file. And then inside we have a rectangle that fills the window which exists in the parent, so in here. And then we have an image, which is actually a PNG. And we have 3 rectangles. And when we click on one rectangle, we summon the icon. We tell to the icon, come to this rectangle. Using a mouse area and on click page state changes. And then there's the states property. Where are you? This thing, which is a list of state. And then there's the transitions property, which is a list of transition. There's other properties such as visible children, Z, etc. Okay. For the transitions, we use parallel animation for the X and Y. We use pauses. And the first animation is, where are you? Is linear. It says easing linear with no subtype. Okay. And for the other two, so this is when the icon goes to the first rectangle. When the icon goes to the second rectangle, the animation looks like this, bouncy ball. And when the icon goes to the rectangle in the bottom left, so the third rectangle, the animation looks like this. So accelerate, go, decelerate. This is it. Thank you.